morning friends, today we are going to learn the poem Courage by Anne Sexton. Anne Sexton, she was American poetess of 20th century, born on 9th November 1928 in Newton, United States. She was famous and read by so many people and awarded with so many awards like Pulitzer Prize in 1967 for her book of poetry called Live or Die. Sexton is often compared to Sylvia Plath because of some similarity, because both they suffered due to psychological problem, depression, bipolar disorder, and committed suicide. Sexton committed suicide at the age of just 45 by asphyxiating herself. She uses literary devices such as alliteration, metaphor, irony, comparison, hyperbole, imagery, onomatopoeia, epithets, repetition, rhetorical questions, etc. In this poem also you have use of imagery, metaphor, simile, personification and rhetorical question. So the poem Courage, it has 4 stanzas, each stanza representing different stages of human life. The first stanza describes the childhood, the second stanza describes adulthood, then the third stanza has description of middle age, and the final tells about the reality of old age. Final stanza is about old age. So the tone of poem is personal, and the use of personal pronouns you can find in the poem, that is you and we. The poem is in free verse. So the central theme now we know that is courage at various stages of human life. So we'll read that poem line by line and we'll understand the poem. It is in the small things, see it. So courage is a title, and the meaning of courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the ability to face pain, danger, and opposition under various circumstances. Courage is typically associated with bravery, valor, or fearlessness. So, that capacity to face difficulty, that is courage. Here in this first stanza, the opening line is, "It is in the small things we can see it." It means courage. Courage is in the small things. We see it. So in childhood, first stage is childhood, and in this we have so many small things that child faces difficulties and shows courage. What are these simple or small things? The second line, the child's first step. So first thing, that is that child's first step, and that is very awesome for that child as an earthquake, as awesome as an earthquake. So here you have simile as. So it is very dangerous for the child to put the first step, you know that. And that next line is the first time you rode a bike. So as a child, when you ride a bike, at that time you face difficulty and you show courage, and later on you learn to ride bike, valuing up the sidewalk. And at that time, so many times you stumble, so many times you come to an accident and you face difficulty, and there you require courage. The first spanking when your heart went on a journey all alone. So suppose you are bullied in that childhood, at that time also you need courage, and nobody is there to suffer in such situation. You travel all alone. The journey is of your own. Journey of what? Not that physical journey, but it is of your mind or psyche, and you are alone mentally. You suffer a lot at that moment. Last 4-5 lines, see, when they called you cry baby. Who is they here? They is for all the people in your company, in your society. in your family, in your neighborhood. They called you crybaby. They give you certain title due to your nature or behavior. They dislike you. They say you as that crybaby or poor or fatty or crazy. They can also call you as poor or fatty or crazy child. So at that time you are humiliated and made you into an alien. And after that you can come across that inferiority complex and you can remain alone, and they say that this child is not normal one, this is alien one, uncommon one. So you are there differentiated. You drank their acid and concealed it, and due to such type of harassment mentally you feel very unhappy, sorrowful situation at that moment you face, and you conceal your sorrow. You drank their acid means their comments, their bad comments. A metaphor is used. Bad comments are there compared with acid. You drank it, you devour it, you don't show that you are sorry for that, and you conceal it. So this is how the first stage of childhood is there. Though these things are small, you feel, but all these things which that child suffers or faces, these are these very courageous things for the child, and it is of course the impression is carried throughout a life, and you have unknowingly some impression on his personality also, in his personality also of these things. So in the next stage of life, that is of some adulthood, young stage, and here you have in the next stanza the opening word is later. It is now that second stage here from started. If you face the death of bombs and bullets, you did not do it with a banner. So see, here poet is showing us that scene of that war. Actually, that can be Vietnam War. She says that if you came across certain war in your life, so here you have that symbol used of that war. That can be that real war of Vietnam, or that can be that war which poetess means faces. She has shown courage to face in her young age, adult age, and at that time she suffered a lot mentally. So physical war is there also, and the mental war is also there. So these two are there, of course. So that time you did not do it with a banner, means you have no zeal or pride that you are the soldier, she says. You did it with only a hat to cover your heart. So you have that certain emotion of humility, and due to that only you face that war with courage. So of course the feeling of soldier is there, that can be compared with anybody who is there in adult age when she or he suffers. Of course here he is there more, means that poet expects. So of course, see, so you suffer a lot at this stage. You did it with only a hat to cover your heart, means you fight that war for your emotion of humility, not for your pride or zeal or ego anyway. So you did not means fondle means feel. You did not feel the weakness inside you, though it was there. So when you fight that time, of course you are there sorry or unhappy in your mind, but you don't show that you have such type of feeling. You just go with courage, and your courage was a small coal. So here you have metaphor, means your courage here is compared with a coal. You know that in this coal you have capacity to burn, but that is there hidden or covered under the ash. So that is there inside your heart like coal, that you kept swallowing, and you just keep it in your mind. Swallowing means you cover it in your heart, in your mind, and you don't show off that sorrow or fear in your mind. You just show that you are a brave person. If your buddy saved you and died himself in so doing, then his courage was not courage, it was love. Love as simple as saving soap. So during war, suppose some friend of yours save your life. Your buddy means your friend saved your life and died while saving your life himself. So that is not just the courage, but it is love, his simple love, that is compared again. That simile is used, love as simple as shaving soap. So here, very means love is there which helps that friend and saves the life. In the third stanza, again see, you have that middle age. Now the responsibility when the person is in middle age. In youth age, you find friends are there helping you, supporting you, showing the love and helping you in very difficult situation. So showing courage for you. So somebody is there to share support. In childhood, of course, the situation is different, and in the middle age, now see, nobody is there to help you. Later, let us read the third stanza. If you have endured a great despair, suppose some persons in middle age might not be having such type of situation, but some of us definitely have to endure such type of despair, sorrowful situation. Endure means you bear that situation. So endure, the word is very important at this stage. So you need to have capacity to have the tolerance and to have the patience, it is supposed, due to the experience. And you need to face very courageously. Nobody is there to save you at this stage. Then you did it alone, nobody is there for you. Getting a transfusion from the fire, now you have some means addition of your experience. And you, what do you do due to that? You just cover all the fire of sorrow, picking the scraps of your heart. Means you just what do? You squeeze or you cover with the shell of your tolerance capacity all the sorrow, and at that time you don't show your sorrow, you squeeze off then wringing it out like a soak, and you put the sorrow outside your heart and throw it out. So next, my kinsman, you powdered your sorrow, you gave it a back rub. Means what do you do being adult? You just cover it like you cover something with powder. You cover your sorrow with powder and you give it back rub. Means you throw it out. You don't make a show of or issue out of it. And then you covered it with a blanket, and later on you put blanket on it. Means you hide everything very finely, skillfully, and after it had slept a while, means you make that sorrow slept. See, here personification is there, comparing that sorrow with human being to whom you can powder, to whom you can cover a blanket, to whom you can make sleep, and after that sorrow slept, you just come out of that sorrow. It woke to the wings of the roses and was transformed, and you transform that sorrow into certain opportunity. You make it more yourself more energetic, and you come out with that good experience how to face such type of difficulty. And even you can become guide of somebody else. Suppose some youngster is there facing same problem, you can share your experience and support the fellow in such situation. So this is how the middle age is supposed to be, very courageous comparatively, more than all the three stages. Then the fourth one, see the stanza that opens with later again. It shows that old age of human being. Directly here you get the meaning, like the second and third stanza have certain difficulty when you see that means the use of figure of speech. So many things are not directly shown, but in fourth stanza you have very simple meaning with that direct means expression expressed by a poetess. When you face old age and its natural conclusion, see the second line of the fourth stanza, means in old age you have that natural conclusion or ending of your life. What do? Your courage will still be shown in the little ways. Of course, here also you need to show the courage. Though you are stable now, you are settled now, you have no worries of livelihood, or sometimes that can be, but each spring will be a sword you will sharpen. Means every year you have more experience, and due to that you have that capacity to means face that situation. So your sword that is sharpened. Sword of what? Experience. Here again you have metaphor. That is experience of life. And those you love will live in a fever of love. So people are there who are loved by you, assets are given to them, wealth is given to them. These people, they have certain cover of yours, and you will bargain with the calendar. But what will be your situation? You may feel that now this is of course old age of mine, I may die, so please God save me from this situation. You bargain with calendar, you look into the calendar, days, dates, years. You may feel that I should live more years. So in this way you bargain with calendar at that time, and at the last moment when death opens the back door. So this is how the personification, see in these three last lines, poetess personified death also. So death like person opens the back door of your house or home. You will put on your carpet slippers, and what is activity shown by you? That what do? You go for means that date, and you open the door for that date, and you stride out or you go out with a date. So you die ultimately. So in this way there are four stages of life poet is here telling about, and of course every stage is very important, and every time you need to show the courage. So here let us stop. So according to this means, after learning this poem we can say that in this poem you have means that expression of poetess showing her internal that war, of course you may say, of means battle of that facing death ultimately at the end of life. From very childhood, of course the struggle of human being is there, and death is the ultimate reality, and everybody has to submit herself or himself to the death. So in this way let us stop here.